I'm sat here with Peter on the right and Adam on the left, who have taken the time to answer some questions about the ship they've been building. First of all, could you give us an overview of what the ship is about?
The ship's called HMS Victory. It was a man-of-war ship, also known as a 100-gun ship. Originally commissioned in the UK in 1765 and still in commission as of today, as of 2013 today, in Portsmouth, UK, down the south. And it was famous for its battles in Trafalgar in 1805. We mostly would have heard about Lord Nelson, or Captain Nelson, Admiral Nelson, who's had them all. Yeah, that's the ship.
Okay, and what was your decision based on in choosing Nelson's ship?
I've done a bit of research on the internet, and I found out the most complex project I would take, it was the HMS Victory.
It was going to be a sail ship, wasn't it? You're looking for sail ships? Sail ships. Or yachts, sail boats.
Sail boats. And I went through quite a few of them on the internet and found out that HMS was most complex, and I made my decision on that.
Right. Have you undertaken any model building projects before?
No, I have not. Not at all.
As a kid, I used to do those little plastic, planes and stuff that you hang up in your bedroom.
Okay, and so would this ship be from a kit model set, much like those ones you played with as a child?
I don't think anybody would be crazy enough to create a kit this size.
No, it was built right from the bottom up. Every bit was made up individually by hand.
He was using photos that he'd found on the internet, and then going, oh, I think I'll do it this way.
Yeah, the ship was actually designed from photos. I couldn't find any plans or anything related to HMS Victory till I met Peter. And
showed him how to Google.
And he did. And he got me a book with the plans, and we keep following on that basis.
So after we got the book, we sized up what was already done and measured things up and determined that we were about 1/32th scale. So yeah, give or take a little bit, and not everything is to that scale, so the ship's got its own bit of character as well.
Yeah, the intention of the ship is to be, like you can see in the background, it's going to be 2.4 meters high and 2.8 meters long when it's finished.
Wow.
That's from the front of the jib to the stern, and from the keel to the top of the highest mast. So it's not going to fit in this garage when it's fully assembled.
Okay, so what motivated you to take this project on? What was the best reward you get for your efforts?
The motivation was, of course, find myself another project, and the challenge. It probably was the things, if I can do it. I had a friend of mine, I have a friend, and he said, oh, I can do it, and I tried to prove my point, I can do it.
Stubborn.
Well, it's part of it. And then when I met Peter, the ship's supposed to be just an outside view. When Peter got involved in it, I decided I'm going to fit it in, and the plans got to change since then.
When I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is crazy. I've got to be involved, and I haven't been a computer programmer. Using half of the wood making tools and stuff here was like, wow, I could, it's completely opposite to what I do, so I found it really, really rewarding. Yeah.
Great, okay. I can see the ship behind you has already come a long way. What stage are you at now?
We're just over halfway. We've been, up to today, been 19 months since I started, and we've got a long way to go yet. We're doing the external part of the ship.
The sides.
The side, and I think the most challenging will be the rigging.
So we've got a couple top decks to finish, and we've half allowed for the rigging, but then we've got to extend the masts and do the sails and make the sails work.
The ship actually inside is fitted, like there are cabins for the officers, admiral cabin, officers cabin, and the mess table is quite fully powder room.
All up, and there's heaps of different little rooms and stuff, all decked out with beds and wardrobes and cupboards and cots.
We'll take a whole dive for somebody to just look around.
Brilliant, okay. And is this a way for you to relax?
Wow, I don't know about relax. Early days was relaxed. Today is getting more complex, and I don't classify as a relax. It's classified as a full-time job.
When you got to make 100 of these or 110 of these, which you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say about 30 pieces per gun. That could be a bit of slave work. So yeah. But sometimes, you got to stop work on things and work on other bits and pieces.
There's another part here, is that officer's table, and like you see, there's a couple of wires coming out of it, and that's supposed to represent, on top of the table, supposed to represent candles. And you see there's a bit of work in
Pretend
there.
whale all in there.
It's not finished.
Yeah.
And the other things you've got, like the Captain Nelson dressing table.
There's a seat made out of, it's got some leather in it actually. Adam went to the local op shop and picked up an old handbag and cut that up for the leather. So it's got real leather on it.
And you can see the barrel, what is made of wood with the metal straps on it. And this in treasure chest.
The storage chest.
And storage chest. Probably
square version.
It's good for the cargo. Maybe most exciting for me is to making them buckets.
How many? How many hundred?
About 400 buckets, and all contain like artificial water in it. And that one got a coal. Some of them are filled with wood, chips of wood.
And companionway, stairway tops. The stairs will come up through the middle. Cannonballs around. And this is just an example hatch that will be open on the outside for the guns to go through. So there's 100 and something of those.
The most challenging job I ever had, I think it was to make that. Each square is perfectly 10 mil, and it's actually what they call the runway. It's, Siemens runway is on top of the Jeep, and that probably was most challenging to make. It took hours. I needed actually quite a few square meters of it to finish to put on the deck. Every deck had a hatch from one level to the other. There's lots more, another hundreds of pieces of different design in a storage room.
They look like they must have been very fiddly to make.
Very fiddling job. I mean, I had to do it over sometime and over and destroy it and do it again till I got it right.
And lots of special tools and things you don't normally use with tools to deal with it.
So do you have a favourite or an essential tool that you couldn't do without? Maybe a favourite balloon?
I got my bent paintbrush. So I can get in behind things once they get assembled and haven't, oh gee, we forgot to paint that.
You see, my favorite tools, you can see it behind me in the shed. Tools are both sides of the shed. There are all kinds of tools. Some of them has been made up to suit the job.
What about the long pliers over there?
And yes, one of them, if you drop something inside the ship, you just got to retrieve.
And the number of clamps. Well, that's just one of the big ones like that. We have these ones, and we got down to smaller ones like that.
Yeah.
And then
They've got also very fine, tiny one. What you?
there was more around here. We lost them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's, I don't know, probably about 400, 500 clamps of all different sizes. So it depends on what's been held. Either hold it down with screws or nails or clamps or everything, and glue, of course.
Okay, well finally guys, do you have any advice for other model shipbuilders or anyone aspiring to take on a project like this themselves?
Good luck.
Yeah, well, if you got the passion, go for it. At least at the end, it's going to be you're going to have a reward for it of satisfaction. I wouldn't take it another challenge like that. Too big.
Okay, well thank you for taking the time guys, and I'll let you get back to building your ship.
Cheers. I'll just, before I stop that, I'll just quickly have a review of the ship while we're in the same footage. And the shipyard. It's a bit of a mess. It always is. Adam never puts his tools away. Lathe, which we turned up all the gun barrels on. Very commonly used saw, grinder, bench drill, thicknesser, welder.